guys will be bent over. If he's all bent over, like some of these guys like sambo we see, or BJJ or something. You see? He's got that grip. This hand is going to be pulling in, as this hand is pulling into the direction there. He's not necessarily lifting, but he's pulling into it. He is slightly here. That's how he does. That's fine. But now notice the thing. He's going to pivot on that, spin about, and shoot. There it is. We talked about this before. A lot of times you'll be finding guys, even in Randori, they'll be bent over. Okay, now there are different reasons for him being bent over. You know, he may be a real low-slung sambo guy, that he has a good straight back and good posture. My God, he just lowered himself, so it's harder for me to get him. Some guys are just bent over because they don't know any better. You know, they just have bad posture. Okay, so that happens. But if whatever happens, he's bent over. Okay, however it may be. Now I've got to get my hand over his shoulder, or around his deltoid, to control it. So that's really important. So when we're fighting here, and I'm doing this, you know, I may grip here, but my key thing, I want to get this. And I'm going to get a handle here. Here's my anchor here. And hold that here, okay? Now we're fighting, gripping, whatever. Get this, and there it is. If a guy's bent over, often he's probably not real strong at gripping, you know, grip fighting, like in a judo or sambo sense. So you could probably get this grip reasonably well. But here's my grip here. Maybe grab lower to the belt if he's super bent over. We'll talk. We may work on that. But I've got to get a handle here. See, like this, and just kind of where the apron starts meeting the heavier part of the judo gi. All right, that's a good place to get him right there. There's your handle. Now we're working here, and he's low. Now I'm going to use this a lot more like a surigoshi, a lifting hip throw, but I'm going to do Tai Otoshi as well. So my grip here may be even really low down on the sleeve. I'd like to get it here. But if not, it may work better for me here. So play with the grip down here. So basically, we've always talked about this, like putting a belt over a guy and looping him with a belt or a rope. That's what I'm doing here. So here's like this, and I've got him here, and I've got him here. And he's bent over, and he's more concerned with doing something else than, you know, thinking about me throwing him with this. And notice he's got his hand posted here. You know, this is a pretty defensive posture for him, okay? And what this does, I can spin on this hip, I might turn my hip into a nice Kubi Nage, Tai Otoshi type throw with this type of a dominant grip, this back grip, okay? And so I've got this back grip, so from here, you can see he's pushing out there. He may or may not be doing that, but a lot of times the guy will be doing it, or even having a grip back here. That allows me to I get that rotation, I can turn. So when I do this, as I pull him, I start pulling him into me. I don't need to lift him up anymore, I just need to suck him into me. Okay, so here's a little bit different if you've got a bent over opponent than somebody who's stand up and you're doing this instead of the standard Kubi Nage. Okay, so just pull him into you. It's pull his shoulder into your gut area here, your rib area here. Just suck him in tight like this, and I spin around and shoot. So it's kind of like I'm spinning him, I'm turning him here and locking him onto my armpit area here, my upper torso with his shoulder. And I'm spinning on this, and as I do that, I'm continuing to pull in this direction. Okay? So it's coming here like that. And I keep pulling this way. Both hands are working at the same time. Can you do one here? Okay. Watch how both his hands work, and they're pulling in the direction. Just like that.
Is that supposed to stay put?
Yep, you're good. You're good. Do it again, parse it apart. Now watch when he comes in, he's got that grip. This hand is going to be pulling in, as this hand is pulling in the direction there. He's not necessarily lifting, but he's pulling into it. He is slightly here. That's how he does. That's fine. But now notice the thing. He's going to pivot on that, spin about, and shoot. There it is. If you want to call it Kubi Nage, call it Kubi Nage. If you want to call it Tai Otoshi, call it Tai Otoshi. Just as long as they call it Ippon, right? Okay, that's all we ask for. All right, so from that direction, see the grip?
Right in there. I always, when I'm going and I'm worried about grabbing something back here, I'll slap first and then crunch in. Because then you know, even if it's a nice tight gi, you can get a hold of something. If you start trying to do this, your grip fails, okay?
That's why you hear people slap. That's exactly the reason a guy slaps you on the back to get that grip.
Get that grip. Okay, lots of surface area, crunch it back in on your grip. you've got a good hold there, okay? Pull him in nice and tight, okay? Just right in, just like he's a band or something and you're practicing your uchi konis. Hit it nice and wide, and then as you do, you're gonna kind of drop down a couple inches and kick that foot across. And over he goes.